too bad. All right, Chris, we're live. Took us a few minutes, but we're here. I don't know how late we are. We look like we're about 20 minutes late. We're about 20 minutes late.
Technical issue.
Yeah, well, I'm still having technical issues because my freaking chat is still not showing up in the on the whatever over here. I can't see what was going on in the chat itself. Oh, we got a okay. Yeah, I don't have chat over here on this thing over here, so I can't see any of that. Again, for another week, we're gonna have to test that over through the week because I don't know why it's doing that, but it is annoying. And they completely updated my whole Streamlabs setup too as well. Alrighty, so welcome to this week's chat. Hopefully I'm on screen here. I can't even see me. Type by my own picture here. I don't know about anybody else. Can anybody else wear an unbent hat? I cannot freaking stand it. There we go. One of the only times you'll ever see me wear a white hat, and it's for a friend, so. Alright, let's get this stream started. First off, before I do anything, I want to let you guys know that there is a sale right now on my Teespring account until Monday. It is 10% off everything in the store, and the promo code is August Sale, one word. So if you were looking at getting some merch and haven't gotten it yet, now would be a good time to do it because everything in the store is 10% off. See, Chris is trying to.
Support the channel.
All right, Chris is trying to freaking search Teespring right now because he's that dedicated.
I think I sometimes have the same amount of issues with the tablet that you do with your computer.
I have no idea what it was doing. And I'm not saying that anything is working just right anyway, so if there are any laggy issues or anything like that, I apologize. Please let me know in the chat. Not that my chat on this screen is doing me any freaking good whatsoever. And I can't even read
So far we have Miss Formula and Pilot in there.
Well, I'm going to pop out this chat so I can read it. Maybe.
And she hasn't said nothing about it not working.
Alright. Let's see. Control plus. I can read it. So it looks like we have a total of 4 people in the live stream. Welcome aboard, everybody. Do you think we can knock Grant off of the stream boss this week, or do you think he's going to be up there for another week in a row? I texted the guy today about the Corvette, if it's running, and no response. Pilot, we had the really. I'm not sure if you're. I don't think you're from us. I keep forgetting where everybody's from, but we just had the big Corvette show up in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It is what, the biggest Corvette show in Pennsylvania? Would you say that, Chris?
Easily.
So
I'm not sure how big the one is up here in South Dakota. I think they go over by Sturgis. I'm not sure, but it's. I think Corvettes in Carlisle was last weekend or this weekend.
That was this weekend.
This weekend, okay. Well, they do a big one up here too. I stopped in the one restaurant back here in Chamberlain before, and
Right.
they do like a big stop in and dinner meat there at that restaurant, but they give the restaurant a plaque every year that they hang on the wall for, X number of year, whatever annual thing that they do. It's a big deal if they're a big cruise, like statewide cruise, but I got drew stupid. I'll admit it. I got hit where I seen a literal convoy of vets in the left lane coming east that was easily over a mile long, bumper to bumper, running
Right.
in the left lane going east. This big thing they did up here, but I would dare say probably Corvettes in Carlisle is easily the largest in Pennsylvania, if not on the East Coast.
25th ride into the museum this week. What do you mean, pilot? I'm not sure if I understand that.
The 20th annual ride to the National Corvette Museum, or it's in Milwaukee. That would be interesting.
I have no idea. But anyway, just in case you don't know how this live stream works, I still have yet to set up the like the command board that lets everybody know what all the different commands are. In fact, I'm not even positive it's working, so we'll test this out real quick. Because I have not seen Charles Bot do anything yet.
Yeah, he's technical. I know there's the one kid that runs a YouTube channel. He's got a '91 Corvette that he's had.
25th anniversary to the Corvette Museum.
Okay.
High Master. Let's see.
Now, Master Apprentice.
Mustang fans. I don't know. I don't know about Mustang fans there, Steve. I don't know if it's not working or what. It should be, though. Oh. Oh, anyway, so I figured I'd do a topic, and I'm gonna actually give a shout out to Pete from Camaro Time because he's the one that gave me the idea for this topic today. But cheap or gaudy car mods. He has a video live on his channel right now about cheap. I think it's Camaro mods. Cheap or gaudy Camaro mods, I do believe is what it is. And yeah, my Charles bot is not working apparently right now.
The cheap hood scoop that's sheet metal screwed to the top of the hood to look like it's part of the car.
Oh yeah. And actually, I'm quite curious as to maybe not a modern like cheapo or AutoZone special mod, but what were some cheap mods done in the past? You know what I mean? Oh, there we go. Streamlabs is apparently now deciding it wants to work. Not Streamlabs, but
Probably one of the biggest ones that I can remember seeing.
yeah, from like the 80s or 90s or even as far back as the 70s.
The Corvette side pipes and the shackle raise.
Hey,
Shackles to give it a lift in the back.
hey, I know nothing about that shackle raise there. My Nova does have no such thing as like a 4-inch freaking lift in the back of it. Not at all.
Sometimes a necessary evil to clear those meats you needed.
The back tires on my Nova are like 28, 29 inches tall.
Yeah, that would do it.
There's some big meaty meats. There are 255, 75 R15s. I can't hear you, Chris.
Are we dead again?
No, I got you now. Chrome fender
See,
trim. Now we're not talking about factory chrome fender trim. We're talking about like the cheapo shit.
Yeah, the tinfoil stuff that was sticky tape on the back.
Yeah, let's see if this is gonna work this time. Oh my god. There was a newer Dodge Ram that went by. Went by me the other day, and literally every panel gap had that stupid like press on like chrome bumper trim.
Yeah.
Every single body line, the hood, the fenders, the doors, all of it was outlined in this fucking stupid ass plastic like edge trim. Everybody's favorite semi truck. I'm sorry, I am partial to the old school Peterbilts. Followed closely probably by the 70s Mack trucks. But that's just my own personal preference. What do you think, Chris?
Back when you had a 6 and a 5 or a 6 and a 4 or even the triple stick. Oh yeah.
I've seen somebody work those triple sticks, and that's freaking just amazing. It's just like, whoa. So you basically got yeah, I know one of them is like a high and low. And then what's the
mainly most of them were set up. You were like a 6 and a 4. It's a 6-speed primary transmission with a 4-speed auxiliary transmission mounted behind it, which gave you an effective 10-speed ratio.
So what, you would go into gear 1 on the 1 transmission, and then what, you go through 1, 2, 3, 4 on the second transmission, then back into 1, and then in the second on the first transmission, and then repeat process?
You could, yeah, depending what you were loaded with.
Well, I mean, that's it. If you wanted, if you actually,
sometimes you could skip gears.
Yeah.
Depending on you didn't have them very often.
Yeah, the Kenworth. Hammerdown says
the
gear. Hammerdown says the old school Kenworth. Yeah, they were really nice looking too.
They Cam 400. They were some grunting motors.
All right. So I don't think Steve's been in here in a little bit since we've had this new stream. Not very long. Steve, in the center we have the in the center we have the stream count. How many people are in the stream right now? Obviously, you can see the chat. I didn't see. No, it didn't do what it needed to. It was supposed to be doing. And then right above the chat there, where you see Grant's logo, is what they call a stream boss. And depending on what you guys do as far as donations or subscribers or whatever, it chips away at his point total, and whoever is the last one to take away the last point gets to be the new stream boss. And I have a thing to where if you are the stream boss at the end of the stream, I'll give you a crap ton more points for that you can use later when I figure out how to get it to like give you discounts, or I might just say that if you reach a certain amount of points, I'll actually send you a free T-shirt or something, or a sticker or something. And they're basically just loyalty points for people that have watched the streams and all of that. And we got Mr. Rust Belt Mechanic himself in here. Welcome aboard. I don't know if any of you guys watch his live streams, but his live streams are normally right before mine. I think they start at 8. Um, I didn't get a chance to watch it today because I didn't even know. Actually, I don't even think I got a notification that he was live today. And then his right hand man is Captain Ron. He goes by the Master Apprentice, I think. I think he goes by Master Apprentice on YouTube. But yep. So check out Rust Belt Mechanic, and obviously you can't forget Steve from Hammer Down Motorsports. Did you guys see the video from when Jason, old car auto guy, came down here to PA and hung out with a bunch of us down here? He missed me because our schedules just didn't work when he was available. Yeah, that's the second week in a row, Rust Belt. I don't think that you've done a live stream. Um, but my schedule and Jason's schedule just didn't match up for when he was available to come up here, so I wasn't able to catch him this time. But I know he visited Diablo Formula Racing, Andy. He visited Send It Steve. He visited Hammer Down Motorsports, who's in here in the chat right now. I think is that all of them that he visited? I don't know. Jason's not in here, so I can.
Yeah, I saw the notification come up for it, but I didn't get an opportunity to watch the video yet. I
I
think
could
he
have
did
sworn
a
there
couple.
was another one. I mean, I know he had Kip with him from American Bumper to Bumper, who has been on my live stream before. Do you remember Kip, Chris?
Yes.
He's been on my live stream before. So he was in here as well. I was hoping he would show up today, but I don't know if he's going to. I don't know what he's up to tonight because I wanted to. I wanted to ask him about his trip and how he liked it. But I enjoyed the one that he did with Hammer Down with Steve. If you've watched that video, I mean, they played. You have to go check it out because it is absolutely amazing. So check it out on both Steve and Jason's channel. They both covered it from a slightly different point of view. So they both covered it from different points of view, but they did jump the F-150, and they played around in a few of Steve's cars that he has around at the shop. So that was a pretty cool video, and I can't believe the difference in the that gas pedal thing that Steve has. I'm sure he can tell me what it is down in the comments. I forget exactly what it's called, but it basically adjusts the input from the gas pedal to the computer. So, like the input that you put with your foot, it adjusts it and it tells the computer something different. So you can adjust.
Okay.
So you can adjust like throttle curve and and all kinds of different fun stuff.
Go from mild to wild.
Yeah, I mean, um, if you saw the video, see he floored it with the stock configuration, and yeah, it got up and went, but then he floored it with the with that throttle software, and it was like a completely different truck. And it was factory. The only thing that they did was change out that throttle input. I'm waiting for the chat to catch up to what we're talking about here, Chris.
I got a few tires in the asphalt car that could welcome that treatment. Slap them on smooth. You can go from stock to shred. Smoke them till they blow.
All right. Well,
That's
what
the
we
only thing they're good for now. But they're, soft rubber. So other than
okay.
a hell of a smoke show.
He says it's the JMS Pedal Max is the name of the thing that he has. For not so good undersides, I'd say you need to pour 15 the underside of that freaking truck before you freaking spray bed liner on it. Seal that rust in so it doesn't freaking spread. Clean it up as good as you can before you put it on, but then put that on to seal it. These guys in here might have a different suggestion. I don't know.
Yeah, her Suburban's got pretty solidified and scaly from the last couple winters.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Despite her efforts to wash it and You know, try to clean it up, keep it half clean through the
I also got to figure out.
winter and into spring.
Alright, I also got to figure out is Streamlabs is now busy spamming my freaking chat with things. When I set this up, it was supposed to send like one of these messages every couple of minutes, not like all 4 or 5 of them that I have all at once every couple of minutes. It was supposed to space them out so that way I didn't have to sit here and remind people to check out Instagram or whatever. It was supposed to do it for me, but I feel bad because it's just sitting here spamming the chat right now. Uh, oh yeah, it is. You gotta, but yeah, you gotta derust it, and then I would pour 15 it, and then you could probably scuff the pour 15 and spray that on top of it.
And pour 15 is just amazing stuff.
It used to be better from what I heard. They reformulated it when the new company took it over. A freaking fly in my face. Oh.
That's like Roundup that she gets to kill the weeds around the driveway now, you know, with the latest round of lawsuit stuff. I mean, the formula you buy now takes, you know, a month to kill something where you used to do it overnight.
Yeah.
It's like anything, everybody's, you know, environmentally aware and scared.
Oh my god, the new
lawsuit for carcinogen and
yeah, some of the new paint strippers, oh my god, they're just about freaking useless. You put it on there, and it might actually soften the paint by what, next week?
yeah.
I wanna treat the bed of my truck with the bed liner, and then do the whole underside of the truck, and then when I do repair the bottom of the doors, I'm gonna go from that bumper molding down in the same body color that it is now, so I'm gonna tint it that silver white.
Are you gonna do the Rust-Oleum stuff you put on yourself, Herculiner?
I think I'm gonna do like what.
Lining, I think for, I know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do like the one that Rust Belt has on his truck. It's a little bit more of a harder coating, and it's tintable. It's the Raptor liner, I think. But yeah, you can tint it body color too. So like if you get like a pint of your actual body color, you can tint the Raptor liner to be that body color.
Okay.
So it'll paint match basically. So it'll still look like my truck, but that whole lower half of the truck will be protected in that Raptor liner. So inside the doors, the outside of the doors, you know, up in the fender wells.
Yeah, I know one of the guys in the Jeep Club, they took an old CJ7 that was pretty much toast.
Rust Belt says that his
sheet metal pieces, they rhino line the whole body. I mean, the whole Jeep's rhino line from top to bottom.
Rust Belt said that his bed itself is a crappy bed liner, and then he has the good stuff on the outside of the truck. So he's got an El Cheapo bed liner in his bed where you want the most protection, and then he's got a freaking good coating around the whole rest of the truck. Have you seen Rust Belt's truck?
I haven't. No.
He's got like a full-size Chevy, a newer one, and literally the whole truck is painted in bed liner. His factory color.
Okay.
It's all his factory color. So like from a distance, it looks like a factory truck until you walk up on it and you can see the slight texture from the bed liner.
Right.
And then he paint matched some of the suspension components to the body color as well with Raptor liner. So it's a pretty sharp looking truck. Hammerdown says that he is going black on, so the whole truck is going to be black, and he's going to color match the Cummins rear bumper. Okay. That's one of the things I want to change on my truck. My rear bumper is rotted out, and I want to find one of those aftermarket, like weld it yourself bumpers kits, and I want to make my own bumper for the back. 06 LBZ Duramax is what Rust Belt has.
Okay. You gonna go tube bumper or square?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I want to go one of those steel plate ones.
Okay.
where it has all the steel plates and you literally weld them together.
Right.
It comes in like a nice flat box, nice heavy flat box, and everything's all
Laser cut.
yeah, laser cut out, and then you just piece it together and weld it together, and then you finish it in whatever finish you want to. Oh, you don't wax it. A pilot asks, how do you wax something like that? You don't. You don't need the wax Raptor liner. It's not the point of it. All right.
You're not gonna chip it, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. I want to see if my freaking thing's gonna do what it's supposed to be doing here yet. I think I had the problem last week. Maybe if somebody in the chat wants to type in exclamation point and then type in the word points.
Shit.
It's up in Michigan still right now, getting hooked by HPS diesel.
I'm on turbos.
Oh, it's gonna make some power.
Gonna have a stack girl when he's done.
She's got legs. Oops, that's copyright infringement. I got ZZ Top on the brain. I've been listening to ZZ Top all day.
Now, ironically, speaking of ZZ Top, I saw a 34 Ford Coupe running east today that was done exactly like their car.
Yeah, it might. Is their car still even? Their car's got to be in a museum somewhere.
Yeah, I would think. I don't think they're
What was it called? It was called the Eliminator, wasn't it?
I believe so. Because they got the money to build whatever they want. They probably had multiple of them done.
Yeah. I cannot wait till I get this Streamlabs thing figured out because it is being a pain in my tookish. I watched the update videos on his Raptor liner because he even showed some of the imperfections that like literally you can't see from a distance. Why aren't these working? Or is it not? Yeah, those should be working. Exclamation point points. That's what it should be. Why is it not working?
It's just dead set on aggravating the BGs out here.
Oh, this whole set. I mean, I'm sorry I was late today. I got to look over here because camera's over here. Everything else is over here. Camera's over here. Like Chris is over here where I can see Chris. All of that stuff is over here. But the actual camera that's filming me is over here because of the way that I have this all set up. Oops, I just closed that by accident. There we go. But anywho's, I don't even know what it's doing now. I apologize for getting a late start today. I went and started it up, and I use a mixture of Streamlabs and Skype, and I pull my video cameras from Skype and put them in the little windows, as you see Chris is here.
And all mayhem ensued.
Yeah, it wasn't showing anything. I restarted my computer, and then it decided to do the update from hell and basically just human centipede itself. And in this endless update, can't update, don't restart your computer, update, for like 40 minutes it was doing this. And, of course, I had set up a live. That this was supposed to feed to, and as soon as I went and started Streamlabs to do its live, of course, it started a new window. They didn't put it in the one that it was supposed to go into. So, unfortunately, then I had to. It's just I'm still having growing pains with this whole new setup. And of course, like I said, my chat that I have up on the screen that I can play with isn't working, and I got to figure that one out. And of course, Streamlabs is going to start spamming my freaking chat again. Speaking of alcohol here, Beverage of choice, Chris.
Where do we want to start? Chocolate milkshake. Chocolate milk.
Do we have a theme
Flavored
going on?
water, 2 bottles of. Coffee. And I think that covers it.
So you have a recipe for wet pants. Okay, and again, the same question goes into you guys in the chat. What is your beverage of choice tonight? And somebody needs to guess my beverage of choice. We're just gonna hide this over here. I just realized that that's on camera still. If you caught what was sitting back here in the back corner, you might have an idea of what I'm drinking. But beverage of choice, what is it? It's not Yingling. I'll give you that.
And it's not Guinness.
It's a little light for Guinness.
Yeah.
But the first person to guess it correctly in the chat, I'll award them 300 loyalty points. Or what are we calling them now? What is it? NOVAcash? I think that's what we're calling it now.
That's what you decided last week, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're calling it NOVAcash. So the first person to correctly describe it or name the alcohol gets 300 NOVAcash. And let's see if I can give you a rundown of where everybody's standing is in points, because apparently it's not showing up in the chat like it's supposed to. No, Hammer Down, you are not correct, but you are close. Let's just say it's an original, and Reds is not original. It is not a Yingling. So anyway, so Pilot is in the lead with the amount of points. He has 3,179 points, followed closely by Mrs. Formula at 2,051, with Chris One Low Blazer hot on her heels at 2040. Grant has 2006. Big E has 573.
None of them are going to get that.
What? They might.
None of them are going to get that.
They might. One Low Blazer, technically it's not a beer.
Exactly, cheater.
Hammer Down, close again, but again, not the original. Hammer Down's on the right track. He just needs to find out what the original one was. If he can name what the original one was, he'll have it.
Whatever happened to my
What?
my wand opener?
I have no idea, but here you go.
Oh, freaking princess wand opener.
I don't know. It's in the box somewhere. You and your pink beard. And it's not this. Thank you. Mrs. Formula, yes, it is a hard cider, but what hard cider? So I narrowed it down. It is a hard cider. Mr. Slurpy Slurp back there. If I had to give you the answer,
Straight from Amish Central.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say straight from Amish Central.
What, your milkshake or what I'm drinking?
Your cider.
Actually, no. It is not Amish. It is northeastern United States. Oh my God. No, Steve, no. Well, I'll leave it set up there for a while. kind of curious to what everybody else is drinking while we're waiting for somebody to actually guess mine. And we can play what's in what's the what you hauling, Chris? Actually, no. How do we do that? No, it's what's in the truck tonight.
Take your pick.
Well, there's a lot of things that I could pick.
First stop to come off in the morning is a gazebo kit.
Just one?
The proud company of Amish Country Gazebos.
So it's
down by Lancaster.
Okay.
That's the first stop.
Mrs. Formula, no, you're not right.
And then we have a mixture of deli meats, cheeses, some yogurt. I believe there's some of that dreaded chalk in a bottle that they call probiotic, or how the hell you pronounce that word, drink. The stuff that cleans you out real well.
Oh, probiotic.
Yeah. Different flavors of that, which is, yeah, I actually had some of that got damaged one time, and they said to throw it away. I mean, it was a blueberry flavor. Like, well, hell, there we go. You know, like blueberry fruit juice. Free drinks for the week.
Yeah, in one end, right out the other.
Yeah, the first bottle destroyed me, and the rest of it got donated to a homeless guy on the corner. Whenever I went around the corner once, I said, "Hey, dude, you want some drinks?" And I give him the whole case. Merry Christmas.
Of course, Hammerdown's drinking Cheerwine and vodka. Is Mrs. Formula drinking Applejack hard cider, or is she saying that's what she thinks that I'm drinking?
I think she's guessing.
Yeah, well, you're going to run out of apple ciders. Well, I've given everybody the clues they need to, that if they wanted to, they could probably Google it to figure it out. Blazer gets it. Blazers gets 300 points. Answer is Woodchuck's hard cider. If you want to be more specific, which I wasn't going to, it is the amber. It has some bubbles. It's just not a lot of bubbles. And it definitely is tart. Alright, let's see.
I don't know. I mean, that might be the original cider, but it's probably not the original apple drink.
No, it's the original hard apple cider. It's out of Vermont.
The original true.
Say that again, you cut out. That puts Chris above Mrs. Formula. Mrs. Formula is now dropped to third. Switch this back here. And I apologize, I can't get it to update in the chat. I don't know why it's not. Let's see if I can get it to do a heist. Oops, I think I need to do it this way. I'm not
Just wants to be temperamental.
Am I spelling it right? Is it H-I-E or H-E-I? I think it's E-I, isn't it?
Yeah, H-E-I. Yeah, you did it right.
Hmm? It's H-I-E? No, it doesn't look right. It's E-I.
Yeah, H-E-I. I just spelled it right. Oh well, minor technical problem.
We'll see if it does it. You know, you can't start it yet, Mrs. Formula. You can't. Yeah, okay. No, it did work. See, now this is working. The heist is working, but the points is not working, apparently. So if you type in exclamation point heist and then the number of points you want to wager, actually it doesn't wager. You're either going to get points or you're not going to get points. you can potentially double the amount of points that you enter. It'd be good if this stuff actually came, took down the stream boss as well. That would be cool. The other thing is again, like I don't know how many people were in here earlier. I do have a sale live on my Teespring account right now, including the new Dodge Ram T-shirt. If you guys haven't seen that yet, it is on my Teespring. You got to scroll all the way down to the bottom because it's the newest thing. The promo code is August Sale, all one word. There is the link for the Teespring account right there in the chat. Thank you, Streamlabs. It must have heard me, or it just wants to spam my account. But so yeah, there is a sale going on right now. I have actually ordered one of the new Ram shirts. I'm waiting for it to arrive because I wanted to see how it turned out. It is the hardest shirt that I have done yet. I don't have a picture. I do have a picture of it. Not a very good one, but it has. I have posted it on my Instagram. Oh. Let's see. Teespring. Let's see. Poisonous Frog sends half the crew to Davy Jones's locker. The rest escape with a handful of plunder and a tale of plenty. So Mrs. Formula is the only one that came out of that unscathed. And Steve, if I could just double the one that she wagered, which was 200. If I could trade points for Snap-on tools, I'd have some better tools. So unfortunately, that doesn't work. And the other thing is any points that you trade in actually literally is out of my pocket anyway, because I don't necessarily get a discount. It's just one of those things that if you're watching my stream that long and you have this much set of points racked up, you know, I kind of want to show appreciation back to the people that have been here that are here the most. And it didn't look like the points thing worked. I'm going to try one other thing, see if it works.
This is gonna get interesting.
See if that works, because I don't understand why it's doing the heist thing, but it's not doing the points thing. All right. Well, that worked.
For this to show up yet.
That worked. It has everybody's totals.
Yeah, we have a interesting light show starting out here in front of us if I can catch it, but may not be dark enough out yet for it to.
So the points, the total points worked, but the exclamation point points one did not work. All right, let's just see. All right, let's try it now. Steve asks, is my Dodge running? Yes, it's running. Is it moving under its own power? You're going to have to wait for the update video, which I am working on.
Finally all buttoned back up.
It's buttoned up. I should be going out there Tuesday to tinker with it some more.
Well, that just gives them the answer. So
I know that I have to get a output speed sensor for it, because the one that was on it is the actual metal part of the
Notified.
the actual metal part of it is still in the transmission, but the actual plastic part of the sensor, who knows where it went. I went to go put everything back together. I went to go plug it in, and I'm like, where did you go, George?
Now was it this truck that got notified, or that was the old Dodge?
No, it's this one. This was the one that got notified.
This is the one that got notified. Okay,
Yeah.
blame it on the goat.
I could, except for the fact that it was there when I took the transmission out of the truck. So,
Blame it on the goat, anyways.
Yeah, I could. It just makes it easier.
Oh. Yeah, with all the other headaches. It's when I know we're not going to play Jurassic Park and go wading through the dump pile to find the ringing satellite phone to say, hey, we need help.
No, we just hear that freaking coming. So the goat ate it.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through here trying to get to one of the t-shirt pictures here. So if you haven't seen it yet, this is the new Ram t-shirt, which helps if I'm actually in the center of the screen here. So that is the new Ram t-shirt. You can get it on the Teespring account. I do believe I have t-shirts, hoodies. I even have a coffee mug. Oh, but there's all kinds of stuff up there on the store. Go check it out. Link is somewhere in the chat. If you scroll up, Streamlabs had spanned it somewhere in there. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Actually, it should be almost time for Big E to arrive.
Big bird.
So he should actually be getting off work here shortly. And then we'll have him here in the chat. Oh damn! I've lost a subscriber during this live stream. That's not how that's supposed to work. It's supposed to go the other way. Channel name altercations with a goat. I want that channel might actually do better than my channel. All right, I'm tired of wearing this hat. It's a nice hat.
With a channel,
It's a nice hat.
channel name like that, you may run into something you don't want to see.
Oh my god, yeah. Ali Ali Akbar. Goat gets a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so wrong. Steve, how were the ketchup chips? Well, actually, you've had them before because you're from up in Canada, eh? If you didn't see his video, Jason brought down some Canadian, I think, was it a Pilsner? Some kind of Canadian alcohol, and one of Steve's favorite chocolate bars, which I guess is called a Wonder Bar. I've never heard of it down here. And he also brought down some ketchup chips. I've never seen them down here either. I mean, we have barbecue chips and all kinds of stuff, but I've never seen ketchup chips. And apparently, who was it?
Ketchup flavored chips?
Yeah, ketchup flavored chips.
Yeah.
We have them down here?
Yeah.
Where do you get them?
Walmart?
Walmart has them now.
Yeah.
Who makes them? Is it Lay's or hers?
Lay's probably, but I've seen them.
Well, we'll have to take a picture and send it to Jason because Jason brought
Just like freaking pickle chips.
Well, pickle chips I can understand, even though that's not much more. They're different than salt and vinegar chips, but
Lay's are the ones who make all the different kind of funky flavors.
yeah, but normally they're not. Lay's ketchup chips are not normally sold down here in the United States.
Yeah, they are.
Now, see, this is where Jason has to disagree with you because Jason says that the Lay's chips are better. Yeah, and Chris said he's seen them at Walmart as well. So apparently we do have them. I'm gonna have to go find them, take a picture of them in the store, and send it to Jason.
Because people have always, when I was younger, I used to dip regular potato chips in ketchup. And
My sister used to do that.
People used to tell me why I don't just eat the ketchup chips.
I don't know. Apparently we have them here in Pennsylvania, but I know a lot of places they're not available in the United States. The Lay's ones here suck. That's what Steve said.
Tell him he sucks.
Apparently, Steve, Jess says that you suck. So take it up with her. Oh. We never did. We did touch on some of the topic from today. You said the shackles and the bolt-on hood scoop. There are no hers in Canada. Only
how
his
about
is?
the actual spinner wheels that when you stop they keep spinning?
I have a topic for you.
What?
Spoopy season.
Spoopy season? Oh, Halloween season. Let's see.
The season of spoops is upon us.
Pilot asks, is there any bonus points for waiting and watching tonight before you started? Unfortunately, I don't know who was here before I started, except for, I guess, you and Mrs. Formula, and you two are both well up ahead in the lead along with Chris. So I don't think that's necessarily completely fair to everyone else in here.
Ouch.
But whoever shares this stream to their Facebook or some social media right now and can tag me in it,
It's a trick, don't do it.
I'll give you 500 points.
It's a lie. Don't listen to him.
It's okay. The truth, though, try hers, ketchup, and you. That just. I don't know. I don't know if I'd like that, Steve.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound quite appetizing. Oh. I mean, if that's how you Canadians do it.
Oh wow.
You just saw that.
Yeah.
I'd like to actually go up to Canada and visit Jason, but I think I need a. Do you need a passport to go up to Canada?
Yes.
Yeah, so I need to get a passport, and I don't have one.
Technically.
And I'm not sure how much they cost to get.
You're about $100.
But also because PA doesn't have the real ID, wouldn't I have to go through something else to be able to get the?
PA just started Real ID though.
Right, but mine's from last year, so I don't think I got my ID late enough for them to have started rolling out the real IDs.
You should be able to
Upgrade
be
it.
able to like grandfathered or something. They sent me a letter about it because I renewed my license not too long ago.
Yeah, I renewed my
I got
license
letter
about a year
license
ago.
for that stupid BS.
Yeah, I think I renewed mine. I don't remember when, but it was like last year, end of last year, I think.
Yeah, I only know about the passport because I just did mine for the upcoming cruise here in 2 weeks, week and a half.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna
I guess.
you're gonna be ships ahoy there, matey.
Uh-huh.
Oh. But yeah. So if anybody can prove that they shared the live stream to their social media, I'll give them 500 points. I'm giving away points like candy.
You are. Thanks, stupid.
Huh?
Not that I needed your high beams in my mirror for passing you. I already knew I did. I had this car just passed me, and then they cut in front of me.
Oh my God.
Brake checked.
So J.A., who has mysteriously not decided to make it tonight, he just shared this, and I'm gonna share it, but I don't care. What does that look like to you? Can you see it? It's supposed to be Dunkin' Donuts' new mascot. It says, "Am I high, or does the new Dunkin' Donuts mascot look like a walking butthole?" But I have been tagged in a post. So Chris is apparently getting even more points tonight. So he's gotten like freaking what, like 800 points out of me tonight? Because he just tagged me in a post. Though oh. So I owe Chris 500 points. Time for me to eat ketchup chips later on. All right, see you there, Chris. Chris. Wow. See you, Steve. Catch you next week. All right, so. I don't know, apple or donut, but I say butthole. All right, so 3 plus 5 is 8. Yay, we can math.
Hey, you're almost gonna have to add another one with, along with the favorite beverage of choice tonight. What's the snack they're having with it?
I have no snack. I don't normally eat when I'm doing this. Because there's something about hosting a show with shit in your mouth. It doesn't work the same. I don't know. I don't want to be sitting here trying to talk with a mouthful of potato chips in my mouth or something. It doesn't sound appealing.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so I haven't seen my own widgets in forever. So in case anybody has forgotten what this does, if anybody subscribes or donates during the live stream, I do have a really cool animation that pops up that I haven't seen in a while. I gotta find more things for that animation to do, because I don't get that many new subscribers. Or
Automated related.
all right, what do you have to know to get a wrench in this place? What's a wrench? Well, I mean, I know what a wrench is, but I mean, I'm not understanding what you're.
Okay, so you want a wrench, or do you want a wench that serves beer like they got in Germany?
Yeah, because unfortunately, don't have that here. And you can tell I have a whole bunch of people that. Oh, I know what he means. If you look in the chat up on the screen, you see next to everybody's name, it's got a little wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah, what that is.
Moderators.
Yeah, exactly. Those are moderators. Those are people that that have the ability to basically boot somebody out or allow a comment or something like that. They're normally people that are in my live stream every week, which, you know what, Pilot? I don't see why you can't be. I haven't seen you do any.
That's true. He's here every week.
He's here every week, and he is. I think he's also a moderator on another channel. So, boom, there you go. You have gotten you have gotten your wrench.
You earned a wrench. Just time. Don't expect it to come colored chrome, because you can't change that.
Right. I think did it work? He's gonna have to message again to see if it shows up. But like everybody that's in this chat right now is
regulars.
Is a moderator. So what we need to do is we need to start getting more people in here besides us, like 7 people.
He's got it.
Yeah, I see it. So we need to get more people in here than these 7 people. Like I said, I keep saying this every week. The more people we get in here, the more fun the chat. And I'm you guys are blowing up my chat tonight. So, and I really do appreciate that. It does make these live streams a lot more interesting. Yeah, we've had a total of 8 people in here at one time. Yeah, the max tonight is 8. Though, well, yeah, I guess right now it should bump up to 6 if this stupid thingy is working. Let me see. I might have to reboot it.
Now, did you?
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, what the hell model was that?
What?
The new vet.
Oh, the C8.
That they're gonna have next year. But,
Well, the next one to come out should be
it was
the Z06, shouldn't it?
Z06. I believe so. It was. There's an article that was out this week. That they're proposing 800 horsepower, 700 foot-pound of torque for that
What the fuck
car
is that?
next year when it's released.
Apparently the loud upstairs neighbors.
Oh, okay. Heard somebody yelling outside the window. Oh, I don't know if I just completely messed up my.
8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Exit 57 closed. Well, it's a good thing I don't need that one.
All right.
I keep waiting for this light show to cut loose. We're gonna have one heck of a nature's fireworks show.
Oh, you got a thunderstorm on the way.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm already getting the sprinkles, but there's some good lightning going on already, but it's off to the side.
Why did that not trend? Why did that? I don't know. I think I killed my viewer thing. I love one, but meds won't let me. I was stuck with non-alcoholic. Pilot, I need a beer too. I'm out, so I'm just waiting for Big E to show up so I can go run and go get a beer without the stream being completely just poor
Yeah,
Chris.
she is. She is still fighting that shingles bullshit.
Really? Has she gone back?
I mean, had it since
Has she?
Memorial Day weekend. She's on her third medication, I think it is. Pretty much got rid of all the rash and everything, but she still has the internal pain from it in the nerve endings.
That sucks. Sorry to hear that.
So, like she said, she's the walking, talking billboard. If you haven't got the shingle shot, go get it.
Yeah, it ain't worth the shit. Why is that not doing what it's supposed to?
Because the adult version of chickenpox sucks worse than the kid version.
Alright. Where? Now it's not even there at all.
Oh, there we go.
What?
That was a good one.
You got some lightning flashes now?
Oh yeah, it went from one side of the sky to the other.
Woohoo! I don't know what freaking mouse to pick up anymore. What keyboard to type on. So does anybody else have some good topics to discuss?
Then she saw something. Yeah, their doctors are out until October for appointments. She mentioned something earlier, and I gotta say brain fart. I don't remember what she said about it being a good topic.
Yeah. Why won't?
Last week when I delivered up there
There we go.
Schofield Valley, went to this little fuel stop. I was like, yeah, I want to use the restroom, get coffee and whatnot. Says, well, we don't have public restrooms. I'm like, huh, well, that's a shame. I don't have any money to spend in your store. And I walked out, went up the street to the car dealer was up there, used their restroom, then window shopped. They had one of the last edition Grand Sport Corvettes sitting there in the showroom. They had one of the ZL1 all aluminum Camaros.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. All aluminum Camaros.
Yeah, all aluminum. It was at a 427, I think it was.
Oh,
all
it's a block.
Engine.
Most of the blocks now are all aluminum.
But That thing was running basically near slicks
Yeah, from the factory.
for tires from the factory. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it didn't look to be rain. It wasn't rainstorm friendly.
She said that's why she told you, because she couldn't remember,
Yeah, she did. That's the sad part.
and now you can't remember. So, Pilot said useless add-on and mods, which is kind of like what we were touching on the beginning of the stream. What about those most epic sheet metal fender flares, the sheet metal and Bondo fender flares, where they literally just took a piece of coal of. They were literally.
Evening, Elliot.
Hey, Biggie.
Did I just hear Bondo fender flares?
Yeah, back in the late 70s and 80s, there was this thing where you literally just took a piece of sheet metal and formed it to the shape of the wheel well, and then you just piled on that area above the sheet metal and blended it into the fender, which gave you that.
It's a good thing I have a garbage can right next to me because I already want to throw up.
Well, that's how they did it. You look at a lot of the like 70s and 80s cars that haven't been restored that have fender flares. That's what they used to do. To give those to fit them big fat meat tires underneath the back.
That's nasty.
Yeah, they would jack the back end up, and then they would extend the fender out using sheet metal and Bondo. You know, not that some of the stuff that people are doing today aren't just as puke worthy, but like 30-inch tall wheels on fucking a Camaro.
Having your car stance with 45 degrees of camber.
Oh my god. I mean, by all means, if somebody is watching this and actually likes that style, you can love your automobile any way you want. Just not for me.
Depends on what air scoop you use.
Yeah, it depends on if the air scoop actually covers the hole, or are you literally just cutting a hole the size of the air cleaner and having the air cleaner stick up through the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, that's not much different than what they're doing with turbos nowadays, now is it?
Well, that's how you get to the cold air.
Yeah, so what's the difference between sticking your air filter up through the cold air versus sticking your turbo up through the cold air?
Well, I mean, actually with the turbo, it's probably a little bit detrimental to it. Well, I won't say detrimental. It's not detrimental to the turbo, but it's detrimental to the car's performance.
Why?
Because turbochargers naturally, because of the way they work, they function by harvesting the energy from the exhaust, which is hot air. So if you take all that hot exhaust and have it routed outside the car to a cold area, it's going to lose energy getting from A to B, well, from the header to the turbo.
I don't know if I actually necessarily agree with that, because it's not the hot air that you're actually using for the energy. It is just literally the pressure of the air moving through the exhaust.
It's the hot expanding gases coming out of the engine.
Right, but I don't think it'd be cool.
So if it's mounted outside the car, it's got to go a farther distance, and it's got to heat up more metal. Now, if you have it tucked down in some crevice of the engine bay right next to the engine, it doesn't have to go as far, so there's going to be more pressure. And lightning.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
And they actually make heat blankets that go around turbochargers to keep them warm, because the warmer they are, generally the better they function.
Billet to flap scoop.
Anyway, speaking of things functioning when warm, I have something pretty interesting to show. Alright, so what I have here is, I have, as you guys probably just saw, my whole room light up, the base to my lava lamp. See? Just blinding light. Yeah, sorry, hang on. Well, where's the off switch to this thing? Alright, just a normal lava lamp base. And it's going to sit right here just out of frame, because this camera is actually crap. And what I have is I have this magical little piece of machinery that is going to sit right on top of it. And then I'm going to turn the light on.
Are we going to have a demonstration in conductive energy?
You're going to have a demonstration in science. Oop. There we go. Now, this Stirling engine is running off of nothing but the heat of the light bulb.
Well, I thought you just spun it.
See if I can get close and you can actually hear it running.
Oh, yeah, I can hear it. If you've watched, was it Ponyo? They had their little boat that they rode on was powered by a candle. A candle and I guess it would be kind of like a steam engine, but you had like a little it was like a metal
Boiler?
yeah, like it had a little metal canister that sat above the candle, and every time it would heat it up, which caused it to expand, which would cause it to shoot like a puff of air. You have to watch the cartoon. It shows you how it works, but it's one of the cool things I like about that particular anime, or that style. That it's not an author, but the person that makes that movie, that writes those movies, he also did a movie called Steam Boy, and a lot of his movies they show like these these things and how they work.
There.
Basically finding ways of using energy without using electricity. And it incorporates it into lots of his movies. Let's see. Oh, I'm behind on the chat because I scrolled up to look at something. Yeah. Oh, it's just Streamlabs spamming my chat again.
Naturally.
Oh, and Mrs. Foreman custom graphics, mural on the hood, scoops, side pipes,
Hey, YouTube, you
turbine. I like the turbine mags, especially on the old Dodges.
Wait, the what?
Turbine mags. It's a wheel with a like. You see them on like the A-Team van.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see a lot of them on Chargers and stuff like that. But they were really popular in the late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah. Side pipes for the Corvette Vanguard.
Yeah.
For all the good it did.
Oh yeah, oh my god, still fucking burn the shit out of your leg.
Yep.
If you didn't step that shit far
Exactly.
enough over. You can still do that with like some of the Vipers and stuff. They still get hot enough on the outside that you can burn your leg if you get too close to that shield.
They have warning stickers all over the door jams.
Yeah. And that's a freaking wide ass freaking step to get from the seat to outside that car too. It's not like a normal car where it's like 2 inches. No, it's like fucking 6, 7, 8 inches from the seat to the freaking edge of the freaking rocker panel.
Yeehaw!
Still want one though.
There's a big one.
We got a freaking light show going on.
Yeah, one heck of a light show going on.
So you weren't in here earlier, Biggie. We had a freaking another hell of a time starting this live stream. We ended up 20 minutes late today.
Oh jeez.
I still don't have a chat up on Streamlabs, so we're gonna have to do some test runs this week and figure out if I can figure out what's going on and why certain things aren't working. Guys can't type in you can try it, but to look up your own points, it wasn't working earlier for anybody.
No.
Miss Formula says she took years to get rid of the scars. My sister was stupid enough. Our neighbors had one of those little mopeds, and she thought she was all freaking smart shit or whatever, and she was sitting on the back of it. Yep, she put her leg down. Right onto the exhaust pipe.
Ouch.
Like, really? We had to warn you about that?
Yeah, it's definitely not something that you wanted to wear shorts in when you were riding around, or put some chaps on backwards or something.
I think
to climb out.
Pilot says he's seen plenty of Firebirds with the factory vinyl tops. The factory vinyl top Firebirds I actually kind of like. Not the ones where they did like the half vinyl top where they stopped it at like the back of the door glass, but the ones where they bring it all the way up over the down the A-pillars. I love those vinyl tops. I'm thinking about doing my Nova with that style vinyl top. I actually sourced there's a piece of trim you have to get that runs from the rear quarter window around the bottom of the C pillar and meets up with the back windshield, the back glass. Um, that's really the only piece you need from factory to be able to put a vinyl top on my Nova.
Is that the one they called the Lando top because it covered the whole roof?
No, the Lando top only covers from the door back.
Back half. Okay.
Yeah, that's like that typical Cadillac look.
Yeah.
I don't like those ones. And in my Nova, when they use those ones in the 4th gen Nova, you lost most of that rear quarter window. The top literally covered most of that window with a padded insert to change the shape of that back window. The back window is still all there. If you were to take the top off, underneath is a full-size quarter window. But the interior plastics and the exterior padding covered most of that window up, so it changed the shape of the silhouette of the car. Mrs. Formula, they may be they are rust magnets from factory for one reason. Most of the time from factory, the reason why they put the vinyl tops on is because it saved them finish work from the factory to finish that roof to make it look nice. And they didn't actually even really paint underneath of there when they threw the vinyl top on from the factory. But if you're restoring a car, you already know that they're prone for holding moisture and all that, and you seal the underside underneath of them before you put the top on, and then you don't have to worry about it rusting. And besides, by the time that thing rusts out underneath of that shit, I most likely won't have the car, or it's obviously not going to have the same life it did from factory, because it's at that point it's not going to be a daily driver. It's not going to be it's not going to have the same treatment it did back in the late 70s. I don't like those. I know what you're talking about. It's like an accordion vinyl panel that slides over basically a giant hole in your roof. Those, I would say, would probably not work too well here in PA. Only because of the amount of rain and everything that we get here. Out in California or in a drier climate, I would say those would be freaking great.
Arizona, New Mexico.
Yeah, he's talking about the. You've seen those, like the old Volkswagen buses. You could see them have those, where it's just like a sliding vinyl panel that accordions up as it goes back, and then obviously when you pull it forward, it lays flat. But I could see them leaking all hell up here in PA.
The van again.
Oh, my legs are falling asleep. All right, but anyway, so Biggie, any updates on? We've already gone through the what's in the truck. You missed that. He's hauling a what is it a gazebo kit, and what else?
Deli meats, yogurt, several varieties of cheese. The so-called healthy clean your system out drink. Multiple flavors. And basically it's like drinking a bottle of chalk. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Anybody can buy that. I mean, you can.
Like those naked juices or whatever.
Just go eat a can of baked beans and it'll do the same thing for you. And at least you enjoy eating it.
Right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that stuff's just But hey, I did my good deed. Good deed. I drank half a bottle up. It was disgusting. It made me sicker than hell for 2 days. And the other 3 cases I gave to the group of homeless people on the corner when I was sleeping in the warehouse. As your boys enjoy. So I know they had a good week or night or whatever you want to call it.
They spent lots of time with the porcelain god.
Yeah, I can only imagine that being them and the way they are, that when dark finally came, they probably went somewhere up, park benches or assorted bridges or highway overpasses, and kind of like kids when you have the spit contest, see how far you can spit the furthest, but the other way around. Kind of thing.
Alright, so I updated the
Some clam pieces, clam juice and clams. I know there's some of that in there. Yeah, it's pretty much sort of the one company we haul for like a lot of the deli meat stuff. It's all natural, organic.
Yeah.
Green food as they claim it. So it's, like you got bacon and all kinds. You name it. Chicken patties, chicken tenders. They do like a sausage link, a lot of turkey sausage stuff.
So you got a bunch of basically freaking foodstuffs today.
Foodstuffs.
Yeah, well, primarily it's what we have is foodstuffs most of the time, with a few odds and ends thrown in.
Yeah, that pilot says his '76 Eldorado had the black half top, which is called a Lando top, and a glass slider.
Yeah, we can definitely say, welcome to Sturgis, Thunder in the Black Hills tonight.
Oh my god. Alright, so I have to grab another one of my beverages of choices. Big E, what are you drinking tonight?
Some Lipton green tea with citrus.
Delicious. And nutritious.
Yes.
10 points if you can name what that quote was from.
And I swear, like, green tea with citrus is the most refreshing thing no matter what temperature it's at. Short of boiling, I may add.
I have some green tea and mango from Turkey Hill.
I've never been to a Turkey Hill.
That's a Pennsylvania thing.
I don't even know where the nearest one is. I've never seen one.
It's a Pennsylvania thing.
There's one up here somewhere.
I'm sure if you Google it, you can find it. But they have a green tea mango that's really good.
Outs.
But anyway, I'm gonna go grab another beverage. I'll be back.
We'll be right here. After he can't hear us.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only problem with this rainstorm is we are gonna have to slow down.
Ow.
We have some 2-year-old tires on the backside, and the last trip out when we run into rain this heavy, we was in some pretty nice bendy S corners going through Des Moines, Iowa. And the back end decided to step out in the corner at 65 mile an hour.
What the actual hell?
What?
I type in Turkey Hill on Google Maps and it says the pub.
There's Turkey Hill Pub?
It. No, it's literally the bar downtown.
Talk about getting your...
Turkey Hill, Northfield, Vermont. Turkey Hill, Norwich, Vermont.
Hey, that's where my beer's from. From Vermont.
Local diner, local river, local cafe.
We're gonna try a different one here. We're gonna go with Granny Smith.
Oh, Jeebus.
It's okay. They were having a hell of a time trying to guess what I was drinking tonight.
Oh.
I mean, we spent a good 20 minutes on that.
No, I don't want to follow Turkey Hill. I want you to show me where it is.
Huh?
He's gonna be riding a search on a Turkey Hill convenience store.
Yeah. This one's even lighter here, Chris. I can't see if you can see that.
Which is ironic. I used to deliver fuel into them about 15 years ago.
Oh, that one's good.
Down into Lancaster.
Oh. Yeah, I'd like to say I have an update on my channel, but I really don't. The only thing I have an update on is the fact that I started using the Filmora 9, which I was using Filmora Pro or whatever before.
Oh my god, forget it. It was being useless.
When isn't it being useless?
Touche.
But yeah, I'm actually going to probably buy the first part for the PC this week.
Oh, Jeebus.
I
What
know.
part?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
I'd get the case first.
That's what I was thinking.
What's gonna go wrong with the case?
But the thing is if I get the case first, that box is absolutely fucking huge because I bought it before. I mean, that box is like a freaking like a '90s television.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have a huge box sitting there, but if you buy the processor first or some other electrical
Well, no, I
component,
was thinking of buying things like the maybe the power supply or the RAM.
well, any other thing that you buy, say you buy it and it's got a 90-day warranty, and you
Well,
don't even run into any.
either way I'm gonna get screwed on some of that stuff anyway because it's gonna take me more than 90 days to buy all those components.
Well, yeah,
So either way, it's gonna be what it's gonna be least likely. So it'll probably be I'll probably end up buying either the motherboard or the power supply first, and then just start adding parts to it. Because technically, I don't need the case to even fire the thing up.
no, you're right, you don't, but it's kind of more convenient to move around a PC when it's all in a
Oh
case.
boy,
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't be putting it together anyway until I had all the components.
boomy.
Sometimes.
So I mean, either
That was-
way, it's going to be a couple YouTube paychecks
Oh,
before I
goddamn.
can get all of the parts, and then we can actually upgrade the live stream and actually run some better stuff because I'm obviously maxing out my the whole reason we had trouble today was because of this freaking stupid computer. Right now I am
Stupid.
right now I'm running at 61% of my CPU and 23 frames a second.
Damn.
Yeah, he decided to reboot and make sure it was going to work right.
Oh
And
my
he elected
god.
to download every version of every Windows software and sub-software and sub-sub-software that ever operated.
And then when it was done updating everything, when it was done updating everything, it would say Windows could not update this successfully, reverting back to previous update, and then it would reinstall the previous update, and then it would do the same loop. Did it like 3 times.
Oh my god.
I got here at like 8:30. Got here at 8:30. I started setting everything up, and I was like, you know what? I got this. I have time to start the stream up and make sure that everything's going before I broadcast it to YouTube. And then the proverbial shit hit the fan.
Boom.
Yep, 10 minutes before I go off, everything freaking decides to crap out on me. And I spent the next 20, 30 minutes trying to get the computer up and running enough that I can even start the stream.
God damn.
We didn't start until 9:20.
20 after.
Jeez.
I believe if he'd had a shotgun handy close by, he'd
Oh my
probably shot
god.
it.
Yeah, I wanted to put a couple holes in this computer. I really, really am starting to strongly remember why I left this computer sitting underneath of the entertainment unit and didn't touch it. I really, really remember why I hated this computer and I built the other big PC that I did. Do you remember when I built that one?
Yeah.
Because of the freaking issues we were having. This one just tried to play spin tires.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there in my mom's freaking 1.4 gigahertz AMD single core laptop. That was painful.
Yeah, I was still
I
running.
wasn't playing games. It was an interactive slideshow.
New and improved bubbles. What am I missing?
Oh. Chris is getting on that boost.
Oh. I don't know where everybody's at tonight, man. Oh, what are we looking at here?
Chris's boost gauge.
Boost gauge. Yeah, but it's boring boost. This is the
Come
diesel
on,
engine.
10 psi. Weak.
Yeah, this one doesn't. You get a maximum of about 35 out of it.
Weak sauce.
On a heavy pull.
You need bigger turbos. Or turbo.
What did you bring to share?
It actually needs to open up, or the damn thing will work. They've cut the taller gears. They've cut the power and the
damn.
back in it.
Pilot still has a Commodore 64.
I Well, I mean, back then they built stuff to actually last.
Yeah, it lasts, but it ain't gonna
I
run.
don't think there's not a Nintendo 64 that isn't at least trying to work somewhere.
You know what? I'll take an NES over the 64.
The 64 was more my generation.
Yeah, I know, but
Although
the NES
we
had
did
way better
also have the
games.
Super Nintendo.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's still the NES had better games. You could play them for hours and weeks and whatever. You know, most of the games after that generation were like basically a 1 or 2 time playthrough, and then you were just like, okay. Whereas
Well, you see,
a lot of the games for the original Nintendo were designed for continuous playthrough because you couldn't save.
yeah.
So you were constantly having to, replay it. Sometimes they'll give you a code to be able to start at a certain level, but you didn't start with your same score and everything.
Yeah. On some of the games on Nintendo 64, like Donkey Kong 64, it was so poorly coded that there was a memory leak, and like it was if you didn't have the expansion pack. I'm paraphrasing here heavily, but you can only play through the game for like a few hours or something like that, or no, a few minutes I think it was actually before the game would just crash because of the memory leak. So you needed to have the expansion pack to be able to play it for any amount of time. And if you left it on for too long, game would crash, and if you didn't save, you were SOL.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah. The Nintendo 64 actually had a higher CPU base clock than the processor in the PlayStation 1.
I
Give that
remember what
quiz
that was.
0.3 miles.
First thing I ever had was you hooked it to a damn television set and you had a cassette deck to store all your whatever you wanted to save was on a cassette tape.
Damn.
I don't remember what the hell it was called now. An ancient. My first so-called big computer, something no one's ever heard of. It was a digital Rainbow 100.
I can't say that I don't remember those, but it's been a very, very, very long time.
All proprietary. Everything was.
Yeah, everything
was
plugged into it.
from them. Yeah, it was. I mean, it didn't matter. You couldn't get nothing else to work. You had to have their shit.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when computers, everything plugged into the main computer, your disk drive, your monitor, everything was an external, extra, whatever.
Yeah.
It
was a spaghetti nightmare behind the desk.
Or you had all these boxes of different components stacked on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
Just to run stupid stuff that you already remembered. This is supposed to be an automotive.
And somehow we're getting onto
PCs
PCs
and PCs and everything else. Does anybody have an automotive question of the day? Hey, I can tell you that I can. You want to know how I know that it's getting cooler outside again?
How?
My Ram 1500 heater core video is starting to take off again. It does. It is like clockwork. As soon as it starts approaching freaking fall, the numbers just start climbing, and they actually will almost triple from their summertime views to the wintertime views.
Speaking of things being cold, I'll make this real quick because it is in no way correlated whatsoever. But I was at work earlier, and they have the heat on in the back room.
Ugh.
You know why they have the heat on in the back room?
Why?
Because Walmart controls everything, and guess where Walmart headquarters is?
In the back room?
No, in Arkansas.
Oh.
So if it's cold in Arkansas, they turn the heat on in every store in the country.
Ew, why?
Because it's, I don't know, it's stupid crap.
They think it's cold. Because they are cold down there.
There's some store in the middle of Texas, and it's like baking hot down there, and they got the heat going.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You could think at least be regional.
Thinking, like, that is wasting so much money.
Yeah, you could at least make
just
it
to make
regional.
People uncomfortable.
It could just be at least regional.
Yeah, it could be regional. I'm gonna be like, well, down there it's like 70 degrees, so I can just stay where it is, and up here it's 30. We'll turn the heat on, and down there it's 90. We'll turn on the AC. No.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun going down there in the wintertime when it's it's a nice, calm, mild, 55 to 60 degrees out, and you're running around in a t-shirt. You look at people dressed up like they're Eskimos.
Walk into the Walmart,
Yeah, like
turn into a
dead,
fucking sauna.
Yeah.
dead of winter. People look at you stupid like, what's wrong with you? It ain't cold out at all. Y'all
Yeah.
dressed up in damn winter parka with winter clothes on and
We have
moon
people.
boots.
We have people up here. It's freaking snowing out, and they're wearing shorts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a nice flash. I could see. Chris just lit up like a freaking like a paparazzi.
Lit up.
Wow, all that data. Ain't that right, pilot?
Yeah, what was that? 64 megabytes
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
in total?
I think the computer chip in my freaking key fob has more power than that.
I think my tape measure's got more storage than that.
Here, now there'd be a scary question. I mean, you got gigabytes and terabytes and all that shit. Go old school. What the hell did they have before they invented the kilobyte?
Bytes.
Yeah, you had bytes. Old school computers literally could run off of less than what, 500 megabytes, a whole fucking computer.
Well, because that's all they had.
Right.
Like, if you want to go way back when, like vacuum tubes, like we didn't even have bytes then. It was just, well, how many tubes are there? A lot.
Which ones are on? Which ones are off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I still got the 8088 based machine that was given to me when I used to run my BBS way back in the day, and before the internet was even around. You still had to dial up bulletin board services.
My God, you remember Oregon Trail? It was like fucking like
Oh my
seven
God.
to what 7, 8 floppy disks to run that one game.
Probably.
You get so far through the game, and it would tell you, please insert disc 2.
Yeah.
My NASCAR game that I had, and this is like, you know, what, 93, 94? You had like 2 or 3 CDs to download that game onto the computer.
Oh damn.
And that was back before they started using like the DVD double-sided.
Yeah.
They were literally only using the space on a CD, which isn't much.
No.
But yeah, I mean, geez, the amount of space and the amount of time it took to download something, you know, that's something today would take like less than 10 seconds. You know, it does that stuff like, you know, in its sleep. It runs processes like that.
I remember like the Windows Me, Windows XP downloading window when it just showed files just going into the computer, into the computer, into the computer.
It was
and it had estimated times, and it would fluctuate greatly. It'd be 10 minutes, 3 hours, 12 years, back to 3 hours. Oh, hey, look, we're back down to 12 minutes again, and I'm just sitting there like.
But it was so satisfying watching the shit go into the computer, even though you know it was just an animation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there goes another one. But yeah, no, it wasn't actually there goes another one because it didn't do it for every file that went in. It just repeated a
like,
loop.
Oh, there's a 1. There's a 0. There's a 0. There's a 1. It felt like that's how slow it was going.
But yeah, it is funny. I have a few 5 1/4 inch just. Wow. How old is that embroidery kit?
Quite.
My mom's mother-in-law has. Oh my God, this embroidery machine. She has an embroidery machine and she has a quilt maker. Both of them are computer run. You know what? You know what? I need to make a shirt that says that because literally every single live stream he fits that in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a live stream he's been in that he hasn't typed that in the live stream somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I might
That
do?
make- that make good shirts.
I might just put a like a black shirt with a red 12 o'clock on it, and then in like a little bubble, it would just say flash,
Right?
or like not
That
even.
might be more
It just
asshole.
says flash, flash, flash.
If only you could actually make it blink on the shirt.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
And with your caption, if you can ask your grandkids this question, you're still wearing, you're wearing Flintstone underwear or some shit like that.
Hey, a biggie that only works if it doesn't have the backup 9 volt in it.
Oh, well, sucks to suck.
But then
You do have
again,
that feature.
you may not be that old yet.
I mean, my alarm clock got the thing for a backup 9 volt, but
Yeah,
I
that
never
was the
used
thing.
that. So
That
then the
was the
power
thing.
goes out, and I'm disappointed. And I'm like, oh, I gotta fart around with this thing again. Yeah, I do nothing about it.
Exactly. But see, that was because we didn't have smartphones and all of that shit back then. So if the power went out, you were screwed. But if you
Actually-
had the 9 volt battery in, you were still able to get up for work or school. It was school for me back then. But yeah.
Sean, you could actually go two ways with that flashing shirt question.
What?
Yeah, if you grew up and your parents asked you this question, you had a great childhood.
Of course, Streamlabs, with its epic timing, is now
yeah,
posting
it's just
links
trying to shove it down people's throat. Like, subscribe!
But I'm upset though because I have this awesome animation, and it never pops up because nobody ever subscribes during the live stream. I got like fucking 20 subscribes in the last. Yeah, I'm up to, right before I started the stream, I was at 1419, and I've lost one during the live stream, so I'm at 1418. But oh well.
Aw.
I know. Sad sauce.
Yep, sad face.
But I'm catching old car.
Disappoint.
No, I'm not. Never mind. He jumped ahead again. I was catching Jason, and then I guess the last couple of videos he did by appearing on like Andy's channel and all that bumped him back up again. Jason, old car auto guy, is sitting at 1623. I am at 1418. Grant Straight 6 Fan is at 1163. By the way, they have a live stream on Thursday nights, but everybody in here probably already knows. But they have a live stream Thursday nights, 8 o'clock our time, so 8 o'clock Eastern. Thursday nights. Yeah, Thursday nights. Don't double check there. But yeah. How many does Big E have on his channel? Oh wait, you don't have one.
Yeah, I know. Suffering from success over here.
I know, right, man? You're just so freaking epic. But there is a problem. Like the whole reason we want you in this live stream, where's your spoop?
I'm just
Yeah,
switching
where is she?
classes.
She's missing in action. You can't have. Oh my god, I love an 8-track. By the way, I wish my TA had an 8-track in it. Yeah, Big A spoop is missing in action.
How dare you?
She's around here somewhere.
Sean, you almost need one more customer in here.
Why?
20 times that Cats took the Superman trip. She should have her own point total in the live stream.
I know, right? Do I have a cat behind the window? No, I do not have a cat behind the window. There was a cat behind this picture here earlier. Earlier, not now, but earlier. Oh, what time is it?
a time.
Once upon a time. Oh, it's only 11. Oh.
Huh. Speaking of cat, there's one that didn't make it across the road.
Ooh.
Sorry, world, I didn't hit her.
That is what you call a flat pussy.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my unfortunately my Trans Am, when I got it, it had the butchered dash, where somebody tried to cram in a modern stereo into that dash pan and just totally, it's bad. I ended up making a plate to fit in there, to basically cover up the
Whoa,
butchered
whoa,
mess.
whoa, dear.
And I ended up I made 2 plates. I made one for the front, one for the back, and we just sandwiched them together so that way I had a place to solidly mount my stereo because it was so butchered, and those dashes are way too expensive. Like $1,000 for to replace that dash.
Oh my god.
And try getting a new one. Like there's a company out there that makes them, but literally, it's a waiting list. They literally will take so many orders and they'll wait till they have a certain amount of orders before they make a run.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there on a waiting list for what, year, 2 years before they actually make the dashes.
That's crazy. Speaking of audio and electronics equipment, something I would absolutely love to see. I want to see a record player in a car, but I don't want it to be like obviously exposed. I want it to just be like a thin slit that you put the record in.
So like a giant CD slot.
Exactly.
That's pretty epic, Mrs. Formula. Though I have a CD player in mind, and the only CD that has ever been in that CD player is Jerry Reed.
Hell.
I shouldn't say the only one that's been in the
Okay.
CD, but it's the one that lives in the CD player. It is the first CD it's the first CD that plays when you turn the car, and it'll be in the car when I shut it off.
I got a six disc changer in my truck. I've never put a CD in that.
Yeah, why? Why would you bother when you have
Just to have satellite radio.
right or an MP3 player?
Yeah. Yeah, I even got the little aux port.
Yeah, I don't even have
Yeah,
to
of
do
course
that.
I had to buy an aux cord then.
All right. Well, like the Kia, if the radio worked in it, it has Bluetooth, so I literally can just play whatever's on my phone directly through the car speakers.
Yeah.
I don't even need to plug anything in. But unfortunately, the radio in that doesn't work. Everything turns on, but no sound comes out of the speakers. And it's like $400 to replace that head unit with a stock one. So I'm pretty tempted in just buying one of those like smart. It's basically kind of like a phone, but it's a radio.
Oh.
It literally is just a smart touchscreen. There's no. It's literally only like maybe an inch thick. It's all screen. There's nothing behind the screen, except for the plugs for your radio. And everything on it is touchscreen, so it has apps for everything. So like you can actually download the Spotify app to it, or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And it has a backup camera and all that. So why am I gonna? And I can pick up one of those for like $250 versus buying another factory radio and having to run into the same problem all over again $500 later.
If that's actually what's wrong with it.
No, it is. They have this issue. All of these UME factory Kia radios have a problem with it's in the amp that's built into the head unit.
Oh.
They go. And when it goes, if you're lucky, it only takes out the sound. Of course, I was unlucky. It not only took out the sound, but it also took out the rear view camera mirror.
Oh.
Like when I put it in reverse, the little screen pops up with the lines for the guides, but there's no video.
There's no video. Well, it's disappointing.
So like the green car has a backup camera and all that, where the gray one doesn't, but yet it's completely useless.
Well, my truck's got the ultrasonic park assist. That doesn't work.
I know. I just love all this technology that doesn't work.
Yeah, I even got like there's if I look in the rear view mirror, there's 3 lights above my rear window. There's a red one and 2 yellow ones. Allegedly. I've never seen the yellow ones, but the red one comes on when I put the truck in reverse to let me know, hey, it's not working. That's literally what it means. I'll see if I can pull it up in the PDF file I have downloaded for it. It's pretty much one red light doesn't work.
Oh, that's a good find. Oh, and Streamlabs is busy spamming my chat again. I've gotta fix that.
Subscribe!
I am sorry, guys. It was not supposed to do that. It was literally supposed to post one of these messages every couple of minutes. Not all of them every couple of minutes.
It's on a good loop. And
Well,
pretty soon she's gonna yell at me.
It
No
was
drifting in the big truck.
all of them were stuck in there. Wait, I missed something.
I like
How
how the
many
manual
cars?
for my 2008 Avalanche, it shows the first gen Avalanche. Look at this. Look at this guy sitting here with his truck stuck.
I can't see it. It's all blurry.
Yeah, I know it's blurry because it doesn't autofocus. Hang on a second. Let me just let's go macro here. I hope this is macro. No, wrong way.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Great camera skills there. Oh, there we go. Now we can see
Oh,
all
there we
the
go.
lines.
Zoom right in.
Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Look
he's
at
all
this
stuck
guy.
in the mud.
There, now I gotta undo this monstrosity that is this Zoom.
I think I had that freaking webcam before.
There, that's good enough. Why is that wobbly like that?
Because it
Probably
weebles.
over there.
Odd. Click here to Streamlabs. Just don't do it.
Stop.
And the other thing is it also wasn't supposed to show up in the chat up on the screen,
No.
but it does anyway.
Welcome to Belfouche.
We have digressed so bad. Like,
Yeah, we generally do.
yeah. So anyone see any of the Corvettes from the Corvettes at Carlisle? They had I know that Street Speed had a pretty good coverage on the new C8.
I have not.
I'll tell you what though, I like that black and natural color interior that some of them have. It's basically like a tan, so it's black and tan interior.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason I have this partialness to the black and tan interior. I have no idea why, Chris. Why would I have an affiliation with that color interior?
Just a little addiction, you know. It's
A little Pontiac
kind
addiction.
of hits kids at a young age when they of that era when they seen it, and you know it's stuck like your favorite truck in the sandbox. And you always make sure where it was when you wanted to go use it, right?
Right. You know, mine just happens to be a Trans Am, you know, in that black and gold variety. Wait, why are we drifting the semi? What am I missing?
The fact that I'm on a 2-lane road in a rainstorm, every time I hit one of these corners, the SN steps out.
Oh.
I did that in Des Moines last week on the interstate at 65 mile an hour. It stepped out.
Oh,
There was a car passing me on the left, and that woman literally flipped when I went sideways, and I'm sitting there waving at her with one hand and steering with the other.
Mm.
And I didn't have to turn my head to look at her. She was right there out the driver's side door window.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Easy
Pilot.
drive
If you want to check out that Corvette, Street Speed the last several days have gone out to the Corvette of Carlisle and covered the new C8s, and some of the there's quite a few of them on the road already, and they're still don't say I necessarily am in love with the C8, but that interior is just epic.
Yeah, it is.
I definitely cannot say that I'm necessarily in love with all the body lines of the C8. I still like the C7 way better. It's
She
not
acts like I'm doing it on purpose. Told you I was gonna get yelled at.
Well, it's only because you had to run your mouth out on freaking, you know, on live YouTube-ness here. You rat your own self out, and what do you expect? You know, it's like it's like robbing the bank and then walking into the police station and say, "Hey, look what I did," and then trying to walk out.
Mm.
Yeah, well, even if I'm muted here in the live chat, you'd still catch me in our live chat on the other device. So either way, I'm sunk.
Wait, there's a new vehicle giveaway and a custom built Scout. On what? What am I missing?
Built by Gas Monkey Garage.
Oh, screw him. He can literally jump off a fucking pier.
Exactly. Anybody that desecrate a hood bird like that needs his ball strung up to a porcupine stump.
He's nothing but a freaking ass. I cannot fucking stand that dude. Cannot stand him whatsoever. I keep running into the Gas Monkey freaking shirts at Walmart and literally just look at them and just turn the other direction and walk away. Cannot stand him.
Richard Rollins and the way he is.
We weren't mentioning. Hey, we weren't mentioning his name. He's like Voldemort for Harry Potter here. That's like mentioning.
You mean Voldemort?
Yeah, Voldemort. Whatever. That's like mentioning Tesla here on this channel.
It's like mentioning.
What?
It's like mentioning.
What's mentioning?
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're not saying mentioning. You're saying mentioning.
Well, at least.
I'm being ripped apart by my girlfriend back here because my mouth is not working correctly, apparently.
Tesla does have one beneficial
That's it,
use.
Chris, you're being banned.
It's built out of recyclable metal.
All metal is recyclable.
Exactly. I mean, what fun would it be to watch one of them go through a shredder and get spit out the other end its little bits?
There are plenty of fundraisers that are for vets that are not involving that asshole. And there's probably plenty of fundraisers that literally donate more money per donated dollar than that asshole. Could we have a moment of silence for a pilot's vet? Alright, moment of silence over. Wait, that was perfect, Biggie. I know that was you.
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. Other Chris is gone. I've lost 2 Chris's being banned, shadow banned off my channel now in less than 5 minutes.
Way to go.
Oh, there is a cat behind the window. And it's running. It ran that way.
Oh.
I'm sure you guys probably heard the jingle of the...
Yeah.
Oh, there's a reason why they jingle. Because it's the only way to find them in the dark.
Lucy used to have a bell on her collar, but she ripped it off, and now I don't know. She'd be on my feet, and I won't know when I kick her, and I kind of feel bad, but she put herself in that position, so...
Well, that's why my cats have bells. I learned a long time ago. Black cats need bells. So that way they're stalking
Cats
you.
in general need bells.
No, especially black cats, because they stalk you in the middle of the night. You have no idea they're there until something flashes across their eyes, and you realize, oh my god. They just disappeared. Ninja. Yep. Thank you for his service, definitely. I have no problem honoring vets. I just have no problem helping freaking assholes make money off of honoring vets.
Yeah.
Because you know damn well, okay, so Fundraiser does help the vets, but how much of that cut is he getting?
Nowhere near as much as they probably should be.
I mean, that's just like, you know, these giveaways that like Mike has, and it's just a 6 and all of them. The amount of money that they make off of giving away a vet more than pays for the car.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, if you ever noticed, it's always like when Mike gives away a vehicle, it's always Matt Beaver that is, you know, coordinating a lot of it, because the car never leaves. It's never in Mike's name. The dealership owns the vehicle until the car is given away, and who knows how much the dealership got out of it. You know, and of course,
The dealership.
Well, yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, they didn't get it in monetary exchange. They got it in monetary value at the end of your tax time.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's time for Streamlabs to do its thing again. My God, why does it feel like it's doing that more often than it's supposed to?
Because it probably is.
11:20 was when it started it this time. When did it do it last time? No, it's about right. Every 10 minutes. I might need to increase that to 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
It also depends on how often. You know, the more active the chat is, the less it feels like it's popping up.
You hear that, people?
We need to talk more. Plus, not to mention, you get extra points for talking, versus just for chalk. Shut up.
Do I need to go get some Tums or something?
No, you just need to stop being Jess.
Oh.
She's back here doing the same thing to me because apparently I'm stumbling over my own words.
I mean, you are, clearly.
I am
It's
not.
not a secret anymore.
I am not.
That cat is out of the box.
I reject your reality.
Eyes are not dumb.
Eyes are not dumb. Yes, exactly.
I'm smart as a marty.
I got my education and I graduated. I know my ABC, my AB3 is in 1, 2 C's.
You can't even fuck that up.
I can't even fuck it up on purpose.
Ay.
Came back home, got his massive screen, knocking down 100K. Damn, he's still not doing too bad for himself there. There.
Why don't you tell her?
All right, then.
You done got your screw education, right?
I know, right? Yeah, it's called How to Get Dicked Over in Life. Oh, all right. Good night, Chris. Man, you realize I'm getting. This is now the 3rd week in a row that Grant has sat here as my stream boss. He's getting free advertisement here.
Yeah, what the hell, people?
I mean, I'm sure it's not much to knock him off, but come on. No, I'm gonna play my own thingy because nobody else is playing with it.
Oh.
There we go. I'm gonna subscribe again to my own channel. Ta-da! That's hilarious.
Wait for it.
Oh, it's already popped up on mine.
Well, yeah, that's on yours.
Wait for it to show up on yours.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Grimm's Auto Service just has popped in. Welcome aboard tonight.
Oh, there it is.
What are we working on tonight, Grim? Because I'm sure you're working on something. Every time you're in here, you're working on something.
And suddenly silence.
Well, there's a little bit of a delay there, buddy.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
From the time that they hear it, we're talking back and forth in real time. I can see the chat pretty close to real time. And then, well, actually, everybody can see the chat live real time. But by the time that we see the chat, versus it shows up on the screen and they hear us talk about it, there's a good bit of time that goes by.
Unfortunately.
So like the next
2 to 3 minute rollover.
Something like that. I'm gonna here. I'll start a timer here. So the next person that puts a comment in the chat. Hold on. Well, that doesn't count. I didn't get the timer out yet. Clock. Stopwatch. All right. So somebody, Chris, put a just say start or something. And as soon as I see it pop up in the chat, I'll hit the start button. And I'll make a motion on the camera so that way I know when it happened. Or Biggie's probably the safer one to do that, not Chris, because Chris is driving. Fart. Okay.
Fart.
Now we'll see how long it takes for it to pop up on the public view for them to see that I saw it. We're at 12 seconds, 13, 15, 18, 19, 23, 24, 28. Now see, like somebody in the chat has no idea what it is just yet.
There it was.
No, I'm still waiting on here on my screen to see it.
Oh.
There it is. 39 seconds. There's a 39 seconds from the time that it appears in the chat versus me being able to react to it, and you guys see that I react to it on the live feed. So that's 39 seconds.
Jeez.
It's a 40-second delay from the time that I see somebody's chat to where somebody sees that I've reacted to that chat.
That's brutal.
So then I also then have to wait for them to well, their response could probably be pretty quick. Metallic cocoa and tan leather. My Cadillac looks nice parked next to the circular driveway on 3.5. Well, yeah, I would guess so. My friend from North Dakota is here to visit, so I just wanted to say hi and give you a thumbs up. Well, thank you, Grims. I appreciate your you stopping in.
Gosh.
What's up? Look her
who decided to visit.
Oh, you have a spook. I could have sworn I just heard a spook behind me somewhere.
It's Wonder Cat.
Finally,
Yeah,
the actual
a flying feline.
it's actually the star of your live.
You realize, Elliot, one of these times you're gonna have to get her a little cape to wear like Super Cat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Don't give me ideas.
Just use a plastic grocery bag.
Dude, she already runs through the house at the most ungodly hours. Maybe like 1, 2 o'clock, the cat knocks up and over.
You picked up the cat in the live stream just now. And hold on. There she goes.
The face. Now you're gonna get closer. Here you go. Oh, you got it. No, get it back.
Unless my live stream is further behind. No, it appears to be completely up. Yeah, it's all the way up to date. I've lost my chat. There it goes. Heads up display. It was a heads up display in the Cadillac. What year is your Cadillac?
78, I think he said.
Yeah, it's got a heads up display? Or am I missing something? Or are we talking about the cat's heads up display?
Her Grand
76.
Prix got that. I ain't never driven a car had that crap in it.
Me either.
It was first time we drove after dark. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I don't really want to know how fast
I mean, it
I'm
already
fucking
shows
going.
everything. What gear you're in, your speed,
I don't want to know any of that
high,
shit.
low beam, turn single.
Yeah, because the lights that are already on the dash just don't do a good enough job.
At that point, I'd probably just turn those down.
Yeah.
There's the spoop.
Cruise control engaged or off.
So anybody have any other ideas for t-shirts? Besides the clock?
Nope.
I'm trying to figure out how
get in that box.
I want to try to figure out how I want to do that. I don't know if I want to put like the 12 o'clock in big, like alarm clock letters on the front, or put that on the back.
Get in the box.
I should put that on the front and on the back have the rating saying.
No, get in the box.
How do you stop an alarm clock from flashing? I don't know how I would do
you
that.
want to. No.
And of course, I would have to give Pilot like a free shirt because it's all him.
Can I help you? Look at this thing.
Do the.
And do you realize you absolutely hated that cat when you first moved in there?
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't hate her. I hated the stuff she did.
You used
Be
to
annoyingly cute and just chew. Well, not chew, but claw the living Jesus out of the trim on the other side of that door over there.
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey,
Oh. And of course,
hey.
every time I look at the chat, freaking Streamlabs is doing its thing.
Oh my God!
What?
The cat.
The cat.
Yeah, she just jumped from my shoulder over to the bed, nearly just taking this cord right the F out.
See, and everybody's worried about you tossing the cat on the bed. I mean, the freaking cat runs over there on its own.
Wait for it.
She's like, don't do it, don't do it.
I got 3 more cans.
Cat abuse.
Oh, it's hardly abuse.
Oh, it's a 2014. You basically got a Corvette with a Cadillac body.
It just comes up behind me. Yeah, I can blow air on my own.
Yeah, wait till you sleep. I'll just freaking blow air out my freaking pink starfish.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
She's like, I know where you sleep. I could leave you some little. I can leave you some brown gold in your bed.
I should probably get that from her.
Wow, Chris, I think the aliens are abducting you.
Yep.
Oh, and he's gone. Farewell, Chris.
Bye-bye.
This is nice
Hang on a
knowing
second,
you
I gotta get that block of foam from that cat.
before he eats it. Yes, we
Mission
don't
successful.
we don't want to see cats having to run to the vet for ingesting foam. I don't know. I think I'd want an LS swapped CTSV. The 3.6 3.6 is just not doing it for me.
No.
Jess was looking at the Raptor down the street at the Ford dealership, and she was reading off all of the things, and she got to I think it was also a 3.6. The what the fuck is Ford's
Eco Boost.
yeah, the freaking eco crap, which isn't even a Ford engine.
No, it's not.
Isn't it Mazda?
Yeah.
Rewarding you
Well,
for
it's based
working
off of Mazda engines.
You're gonna be noisy.
Allegedly.
Huh?
Allegedly, it's a Mazda engine.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the Ford Ranger was literally a Mazda truck rebadged as a Ford.
Yeah, I mean, even if you went back to the old school engines, they still had the Mazda stamp on the block.
Lovely.
I mean, that's just like Chevy. No, it's Dodge. The neon, all of them had the Mitsubishi logo on them.
Yeah.
They were straight up freaking Mitsubishi power plant. And I think they even shared the same chassis. Not the neon itself, but the was it the Chrysler Sebring?
The Chrysler Sebring and all those vehicles, it was, I think it was, what was it? It was a stretched version of the Eclipse chassis.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, same drivetrain, everything.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to tell me my brother had a 96 or 95 Dodge Avenger. Literally, Mitsubishi on the valve covers, on the bottom of the hood, back of the firewall, radiator support, everywhere.
Yep. With a freaking Dodge badge. With a Dodge badge on the front.
On the entire thing, it was the, what was it, the Pentastar or whatever?
Yeah.
They had it way back when.
Chrysler.
Right in the center of the steering wheel. That's it.
Yeah, the Chrysler logo. Freaking Pilot, no auto start. Oh my god, that's just another freaking that is something like when you have a vehicle as old as yours, and like when that vehicle is 5, 10 years old, it is going to be nothing but the plague of that car when it gets to being 5 or 10 years old. Is any car that has auto start today.
Mm-hmm.
Let that freaking engine start to where it doesn't start regularly every single time it shuts off. Oh, you're gonna be stuck at a freaking traffic light, and you're just gonna be like, it's gonna pull up to the traffic light. You're gonna hit the brake. It's gonna shut off, and then you're just like, oh, fuck. And you're gonna go mash the gas to like pull out of a freaking intersection or whatever, and it's just not gonna go anywhere. Your car's just gonna rant, 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 rant. Rant, 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 rant.
My last truck did that.
Is somebody using? You've been called out, Jess.
What?
You've been called out. The chat has noticed you're using packing tape.
Okay.
Mm.
And?
Way to go, Pilot. You have guessed correctly. Yes, somebody is using packing tape in the background.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's just funny. Because you warned me that you were going to make noise, and then it just pops up in the chat. Is somebody using packing tape?
Hmm.
How observant we are.
The lovely shit I have to go through when I write my college books and send them back to them.
Yeah, Jess has to send her rented college books back to wherever the fuck she rented them from. Oh shit moment at every light. Yes. It is. Is my car going to start?
For Nova's car, the answer is no.
Hey. The TA starts
What did she
every
say?
time. She goes for Nova's car. The answer is no. Shut down.
Ooh.
The TA starts
Shots
every
fired.
single time. Thank you. The truck, on the other hand, most of the time.
I didn't say which car.
And the Nova started every single time too. The only reason it doesn't start right now is because the Trans Am is using its carburetor. Oh, well, that and there is no wiring in the car. That could be a big thing too.
Good.
There's literally everything from the firewall back. There is nothing. There is no dash. There's no dash wiring. There's no interior in that car whatsoever. It's all gone. And the blue and the gray one. Are you okay back there? I think she's dying.
We all are slowly.
Slowly, every day. From the time you're born. How are we doing? We have to chat the chat rate's down to nothing. Yeah, we're down to 4 viewers apparently. I don't think my streaming thing is no longer correct again apparently.
Rip.
And that, I don't know. We just lost like two viewers all within like 10 seconds.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye bye.
Oop, yeah, let's not strip that.
But yes. For the 4 viewers that are in here right now, which are probably mostly us.
If not entirely.
Right. If you were watching this before the end of Monday, 10% off everything on my Teespring store with the promo code August sale, all one word. Oh, as took mine in for warranty work, gave me a new loaner with auto start first light. What the fuck? Yeah, right. That's gotta be a freaking. Oh my god! I stopped the car and it died. What do I do now? Do I have to turn the key? Do I push the button? How do I get it started back again? Oh, you push the gas pedal? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's logical.
Oh. I don't understand. Why are you not up to date? It's like the viewer thing works for a little while and then it decides to like just shit the bed. I know. I mean, I understand the concept behind the auto start, but again, it's that whole thing of keep it simple, stupid. You know, it's just another thing that's going to cause a headache when the car gets old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just another feature that's just not going to work right and cause the car to end up in the junkyard sooner than it probably needs to. I mean, you look at how many Jaguars and BMWs from the '90s, and how many of them are off the road, not because the car doesn't run and drive and is stable, but just because the computer shit just took a crap. You know, high end freaking supercars and, you know, exotics and everything that people can't afford to fix because of computer issues, let alone the brakes being $2,000 a freaking new pad set. But
Yeah.
It'd
you
be
know,
like the clutch in a Lamborghini that costs $4,000 to replace.
yeah, it's like, really, what the fuck? Not, and that's not even including the labor part of it at that point. That's just
Oh
the
yeah.
clutch. That's just the
Yeah,
price
that's
of the
just the
actual clutch. And the thing is that clutch is not made any different than the one that's in the Corvette. The clutch is no different. It's just because it's made for a Lamborghini and it costs like freaking
Yeah.
$3,000
It's
more
a
than a.
Lamborghini clutch.
But yet, if you look at it, it looks exactly the same thing as the clutch that goes in a Corvette. You
You know,
know.
I'm pretty sure the whole Ferrari. Well, from what I remember, Ferruccio Lamborghini owned a Ferrari, and one day he had to bring his car in to get fixed. There's something up with the clutch, so he gets the part and he looks at the clutch and he's like, "This is the same shit I use on my tractor." So he calls up Enzo Ferrari and he's like, "Hey, I don't like what you're doing. The clutch that you're using is the same thing I bought on a tractor for a lot less." And so they feuded, and Lamborghini started building cars.
And Lamborghini
Went from
originally.
tractors to cars because
Yeah.
of a clutch.
Yeah. Well, they still make tractors.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
Oh my god,
Playing
have you?
Farming Simulator, and there's a Lamborghini in there, and I'm just sitting there like, what?
The fucking tractors are freaking out of this world, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't use like the same engines they use in like the Aventador or something like that, because that would just
No,
sound
but
gnarly
if you've
in
ever
the
seen
farm.
some of the stuff that those tractors can freaking do, it just boggles the mind with
Oh
their.
my gosh.
What? Is it another spook again?
It is the same spook.
It's a spook in a box.
Here, get back down here.
If
I
I
was trying to get her in the box before, but it's her size.
if I fits, it sits.
Yeah.
Where did Garfield kept sending normal? Do you remember that?
What?
Garfield had this little gray cat that used to bug the shit out of him all the time, and he kept packing him up into a box and shipping him halfway around the world. It was like a running gag with the Garfield cartoons. You know, where is Garfield gonna send normal? I can't say the name. He gives it an N, but it sounds kind of like normal. It's normal or however the fuck you say it.
Something.
You know, Pilot, my Trans Am starts in gear 2. Do you know why? Because my car has headers and it doesn't. It no longer has a gear selector that the car technically recognizes. So as far as the computer, well, what is the computer? But as far as the neutral safety switch, as far as the computer, the car is concerned, it's always in park.
Mm-hmm.
Because the column always stays in the park location. Because it doesn't have that rod that
But it'll
runs.
start in any gear.
Oh yeah, I can start it in any gear.
Yeah,
Because
that's the way mine is.
right now I could technically hook up a neutral safety switch. Right now I do have a reverse switch on the center console gears selector,
Thing.
but I don't have the neutral safety switch there. The neutral safety switch is still up on the column. It wouldn't take me much to freaking hook one up, but then again, that's just a pain in the ass, and you know.
Yeah, and you know enough not to start your car in gear.
Well, you could. There's nothing. It won't do anything. It'll just start moving. It's an automatic. It's
Unless
not
it's
a.
on
It's not
track
a manual.
stands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an automatic. It's not a manual, so it still has to build up enough pressure in the torque converter to actually
No.
spin the transmission. So it's not like it's going to start moving right away or stall out as soon as I try to start it.
Cat, what are you doing?
Mine
Can't
does.
you do that like over there?
Ah,
Hey, do you know what I just
I remember
realized?
one thing we talked about with this formula.
Your
You guys may know.
Hey, watch those claws.
Chris's thingy is
1970
not.
Buick 455.
Why is this
Do
not
you
doing the thing?
guys know how to identify the differences in the engine as far as their stage 1 and stage 2 configurations?
For what?
For
Sorry.
1970 55 Buick. They had a stage 1 and a stage 2 that they built from the factory.
I'm sure it has to do with the heads that are on the
Either
car.
we know.
I'm sure it has something to do with the heads that were on the car. Because it's just like it's probably not much different than Pontiac with their SE edition 400s versus the standard 400s. Because you know there's a difference between if you just got a standard 400 versus if you got the SE edition 400. The SEs actually had an extra like 40 horsepower over top of the regular cars.
Heads and cam.
Well, they were running the Pontiac 350 heads on the Pontiac 400, and yeah, it had a different cam in it. The pilot says, "Yeah, it's fine if you know about it, but when you don't expect it, expect it."
No, come on.
When is that going to fail and just start going? Well, the whole point of the auto stop and starting in gear is the fact that you're going to hit the gas pedal because you want to be moving. It's not like hitting the gas pedal. It's not like starting the car while it's parked and expecting it not to move, and then all of a sudden it starts moving and you end up in the wall in front of you instead of, just idling. But when you're in an auto stop, normally when you're hitting the gas because you want to get moving again, it's because you want to move.
Normally.
So that's why that's why it starts in gear, because it's the whole point is they don't want you to actually have a noticeable gap from the time that you hit the gas pedal to the time that you start moving. If you had to actually wait for the car to start, then put it in gear and then move, that's a good 40 seconds that you're going to be like sitting there at the light while the person behind you is laying on their horn. Oh. Why aren't you moving? Because I have the damn fucking auto start stop bullshit.
Calm down, my car's constipated. It's gonna dump in front of you.
Though I do believe that's probably one of the first things that I will permanently disable. I know you can disable it, but you'd have to do it every single time you start the car. They should have a setting to where you can just literally put it in the computer and it just say, just don't even bother. I don't want it. Just go away.
Kind of
They
like
could
the
do
traction
that.
control button that they put in cars.
The what?
They could make it so when you turn it off, it stays off, but then the published EPA fuel economy results would have to, be, calculated with it off.
Yeah.
By forcing it to be on every time, they're getting the best case scenario for the fuel efficiency ratings.
Then you're gonna accidentally forget that it's on and then just freaking ignore it.
Yeah, totally.
It's just like that stupid seatbelt dinger. Whenever you don't put on your seatbelt, eventually you're just gonna put the seatbelt on because you're freaking tired of hearing it ding, or you just do what I do and just put the seatbelt behind you and plug it in anyway, and then just leave it plugged in all the time.
Are you actually admitting to committing a crime on YouTube?
I have no idea. I'm not admitting to anything. I'm just saying I might possibly do that.
Oh, he was tasting he was testing the safety device of the dinger and the fasten seatbelt light on the dash to make sure that it was properly operational.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing.
I'm surprised cars nowadays don't have a way to know that that's the case. Like if you plug in the seatbelt before there's weight on the seat.
Or if you plug in the seatbelt and the seatbelt is not extended far enough out of the housing.
Yeah.
You know, because not everybody is the size of a piece of tissue paper.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can do it very easily if they wanted to. If they don't already have, I mean, look how many, depending how much weight you stick on the passenger seat, and it'll shut the airbag off.
Well, yeah, that's just a price. It's just a
Yeah, it
pressure
can also
sensor
change how it deploys too, depending on the vehicle.
Oh, really?
Like if there's more weight, it'll deploy stronger.
Oh, I didn't know
If
that.
there's less weight above a certain, if there's less weight above a certain point, it'll deploy like as weak as possible.
So don't stack your passenger seat up with a shit ton of bowling balls.
Yes. You get in an accident, the airbag just deflects it like straight back at you.
Yeah, that could be a very detrimental effect.
The one bad accident that I was in when I had my Ford Escort, I did notice that like shit that I had in the front seat was all the way in the like I used to lay the back partition down. I used to lay the back seat down all the time. I forget why I did that. I think it might have been for sound reasons. But I used to leave the back seat down all the freaking time. And stuff that I had in the front of the car was in the trunk, and stuff that I had that was in the trunk was in my front passenger seat. Footwell.
Well, yeah.
My glasses were in the trunk. That were on my face were in the trunk.
Yeah, they were on your face.
Well, yeah, because I can't see without them. But yeah, I'm like looking all over for my glasses, and somebody found them in the trunk. They were on my face at the time of the accident.
Were. Well, the thing is about car accidents, there's a lot of energy that goes into them. And that energy gets transferred into, well, anything in the car.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the driver, sometimes it's his glasses that go flying into the back seat,
and sometimes it's the 40-pound toolbox. Sometimes it's the 40-pound toolbox that's sitting in the frickin' trunk of the car, free floating.
Yeah, that's why they tell you, hey, if you're gonna put something heavy in the vehicle, don't put it in the cab because it's gonna kill you if you get in an accident.
Yeah, it left an imprint on the back of the passenger seat.
Or the
hardly surprising.
The wrecks you go where somebody's been knocked out of the driver's seat or whatever, and their shoes are sitting perfectly on the floor where they took them off unknowingly.
I saw something on Reddit once. I don't remember what it was. It was like a theme to the video. I think it was I'm not even gonna try to make a guess, but guy wakes up from a coma and the doctor just barges into the room and says, "Wiggle your toes," and the guy's like, "Why?" And the doctor says again, "Wiggle your toes," and he's like, "I am," and he's like, "You're not. You're never gonna walk again." What happened was the dude was in a car accident. He had a seatbelt on the whole 9 yards, but the seat broke off the floor and him in the seat went through the window as the car rolled.
So where did his legs go?
He still has his legs. They're just not connected to a spinal cord anymore.
Oh, my mom. Hold on, I want to touch base because I don't want people in the chat to feel like we're ignoring them. But Pilot actually mentioned something cool. He said that like if you have the AC on, it won't enable the start stop, so it won't shut the car off. So that's pretty nifty. That's one way to freaking make it. You just
AC
freeze to death all the time.
Not running.
Yeah, it just freeze to death all the time. That's how you get it to not do it. You just freeze to death. He said some have buttons and some seem to module to disable it. I think I'd probably just do the freaking module and just say screw it, just kill it.
I think I just leave the AC on all the time. It's literally a button. Like, want to see how I shut it off? Click, there it is.
But no, back to the wreck thing. My mom got in an accident. She was in a Chevy Celebrity. Now, granted, this celebrity was not fucking no wimpy ass celebrity. My stepfather at the time built the motor that was in that car. It wasn't little. It was a Chevy 350 that was in that car. So I think they come with a 280 something or a 305 originally.
Mm-hmm.
This had an actual iron block 350 carbureted, cammed.
Jeez.
This little celebrity, it got up and went.
I guess.
It picked up its skirt and it ran.
Hmm.
But she was sitting at a traffic light, and it was one of those. It was a turning lane to turn left. So
Yeah.
you had next to her, you had a lane that was going straight. You had her lane, which is the turning lane, and then you had a lane next to her, which is going the other direction.
Yeah.
So coming at her, coming across the street, was a tractor trailer coming at her from the other direction, and then you had an empty turning lane in front of her. This freaking idiot of a driver, I guess, was trying to pass the tractor trailer, whipped out around the tractor trailer into the turning lane,
Oh no.
and never turned.
Jesus
My mom
Christ.
got hit head on at about 60 miles an hour while stopped at a traffic light.
That is obscene.
There was a 20 to 30 foot skid mark from where my mom's car was stopped to where it ended up.
Stands to reason.
And my mom had nowhere to go because there was a tractor trailer next to her going straight. And then there was a tractor trailer that was coming towards her from the other side of the intersection. This lady ended up on the hood of my mom's car. So, like, when my mom
Jeez.
looked up through the windshield, she was seeing the underside of this van or SUV through the windshield. The
Goddamn.
tires were literally through the windshield. They were sitting on top of her car. The chick still had her freaking foot pegged to the floor, engine screaming. My mom ended up underneath of her front seat, still
Jesus.
belted in. The accident
Goddamn.
was that hard that it sheared all four seat mounts, and flipped her seat upside down on top of her.
Jesus.
My mom's steering wheel was no longer round.
Oh.
It had accordion
Yeah,
from
it
where.
collapsed on itself.
Well, yeah, from where the force of her hands wrapped around. Actually, it was only the one because her other hand went on the dash. Needless to say, my mom ended up with 2 shattered wrists, 2 shattered ankles, and I think 6 or 7 broken ribs.
Oh my god.
From where her chest hit the steering wheel. Because obviously the steering wheel bent where her hand was at, so that pushed her whole body forward. And of course, the force of the steering wheel and her wrist, it shattered her wrist there. And then her other wrist holding onto the dash shattered that wrist.
Shattered that one.
And then her feet, braced on the floorboards and the brake pedal, shattered her ankles. And then, she ended up. My mom walked out of that car through the back door.
God damn.
So the back driver's side door, my mom crawled out of her car through that door, walked around her car. Now remember, what I told you happened to her ankles and her wrists.
Yeah.
Walked around the car, shut off this other lady's car as she's screaming, "You hit me." My mom's not screaming, "You hit me." The lady in the freaking car is the SUV.
I'd be saying,
is
lady,
screaming.
I'm about to. You don't want me to hit you.
The bad part is the lady was fucking drunk. She was plastered, and she had her kids. In the back of the car.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't her car.
Oh.
Oops.
And she didn't have a license or insurance.
Well, oh my god.
Triple
Driving while
whoops.
intoxicated, endangering the welfare of children. Christ, what else was that?
At
I
that
forgot.
point,
When
I have a very good lawyer.
Driving without a license.
when the cops and the EMS arrived at the scene, they were searching frantically all around the freaking car, trying to find out who was the driver of the celebrity.
Oh.
Because they thought she was dead.
Yeah, it stands to reason.
And here, the truck driver said, "Oh, she's not dead. She walked over to the gas station to call her boyfriend."
With 2 shattered ankles.
Well, and my mom refused treatment. It wasn't until she got home and all the adrenaline wore off
Oh
that she
yeah.
realized she had issues. And she ended up going to the hospital. She ended up with pins in both her wrists, both her ankles, and obviously, had to have her ribs reset.
Yeah.
That shows you how much adrenaline can freaking push you through.
Yeah, well, that's what it's supposed to do.
She was on her way to the laundromat, so her car was also full of freaking all of our laundry.
Nice, soft, quote-unquote, padding.
Well, yeah, but it was, they were all on trash bags because we had just moved not long before that, so she was actually, like, washing all of the clothes. We didn't have a washer and dryer set up at the house yet. So she was on her way to the laundromat to wash the clothes.
Now,
She got nailed by some drunk bimbo driving someone else's car without a license with children in the back
Yeah,
seat.
she's lucky she'd be alive. She has a video of it, of the car. And the funny thing was when my stepfather got there, he went and turned the key in the ignition of the Celebrity.
Still started.
Engine started right up.
America.
Needless to say, that engine came out of that car and went in my mom's next car.
Oh Christ.
The next car she got was a slightly bigger car. She went from the Chevy Celebrity to a Caprice Classic.
Yeah. So fancy.
Oh yeah.
and to add the Paul Harvey bit to the story, would you say that your mom would be considered petite, Sean?
Yeah, my mom's like 5'2".
She's not a big girl.
Huh? Say what?
I said she wouldn't be considered a big girl by any
No,
means.
no. My mom
No.
literally weighs like
I mean,
90 pounds and
sti-
is like 5'1", 5'2". I can literally stand behind her and she literally fits underneath my chin.
Yeah, and which makes that story even more amazing because being that small and shattered, there's nothing else there to support it.
Yeah.
No heavy muscle buildup or nothing for her to be able to move around like that after that.
No. But my mom's been through her body's been through freaking hell over her life. So,
Clearly.
she's got a metal kneecap. She's got a metal plate in her head. Both of those are from motocross as a kid, back in the the 70s. Back when motocross was literally through the woods.
Ow.
Not on a nice, set up, established
nice
track.
track.
No. This is literally
safety marshals.
This is literally 50, 60 miles an hour winding through freaking little dirt paths through the freaking forest.
Yeah, everyone's like, what if we crash into a tree? Don't.
That's what ended her. That's what ended her time during motocross. She ended up in an accident and the bike hit the tree and split in half.
Oh, damn.
But that was, my mom was what, 15, 16 when that happened. So, that was way back when. The accident with my, that was the accident in the Celebrity. That was in 96, 97.
Oh, damn.
So my mom was like 65, 75, 85, 95. So my mom was like 30s. 32, 33, somewhere around there.
Oh, damn.
As a pilot, is that your way of saying that you're about ready to head to bed? Actually, it probably is a good idea because it's 12 o'clock and I have work tomorrow. So I definitely appreciate all of you guys. In fact, don't leave yet because anybody that's in the chat, if you stay for a second, for hanging out all the way to the end.
You're gonna get some points.
Exactly. If it'll load. So don't leave just yet. Add points to all viewers. Let's go. We'll add 300. Just for everybody that's in here. Everybody that's in live right now got 300 points. Where are we at? Pilot's got 3502. One Low Blazer is at 2850. Oh, actually, I can type this in here. In fact, Big E can do it too if you wanted to.
I'm disassembling an engine.
I'm already doing it. All right, so yeah, Miss Formula at 2271. Grant is at 2006. I'm at 1258. Lovely
Dang.
Bunch of Coconuts is still at 574. Do you not watch the live stream, Piggy?
I got it on my phone right now.
I wonder if it's not counting the phone one. Because you're only at
Well, that's
574.
stupid.
You're watching it on the Lovely Bunch of Coconuts.
Yeah.
So Lovely Bunch of Coconuts at 574. Debbie is at 549, which I didn't see her this week. Rust Belt's at 510. Revenge at 503. Psychotube Haley at 101. And apparently freaking Hammerdown does not. Yeah, he's only at 23. 23 points. Which it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have
As
to.
I
It's
said,
Google.
somewhere totals is.
I mean, it's not Google, but
It's like it doesn't recognize that you're in there.
Well, it only gives you 1 point if you're not active in the chat. It gives you 10 points if you're active in the chat. So the more active in the chat you are, the more likely you are to increase points a lot faster. So the people that talk more will get more points. Because like Mrs. Formula's got 11 hours and 11.42 hours. Closely followed by
filed.
Yeah, whatever. By Pilot, who's got 8.58. And then there's a big drop down. Debbie's got 4 hours. I've got 4 hours. Chris One Low Blazer's got 3.75. Other Chris has 3.17, and then you're sitting at 2.42.
Ow.
But then again, Hammerdown's got 1.92, and he's only got. But then again, he doesn't get the extra points. Because a lot of it also, if you guys been betting points and things like that too, winning points through the chat games. That's right, you're retired, aren't you, Pilot? Unfortunately, I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go to work, so. Even if
He's living life.
Yeah, even if I go to bed right now, it's the most hours I will get is.
So.
Yeah. Like I said,
I just get this mental image of him and a couple of his buddies headed to the lake every morning. Kind of like them two guys that was in Grumpy Old Men.
Catch a giant catfish. Trying to catch a giant catfish. But all right, guys. I definitely need to head out. Like I said, even if I go to bed right now, it's only 5 hours. So I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, we will not have as many technical issues, and I'll have some of these other bugs figured out. Be sure to check out my Teespring account before tomorrow. Remember, the promo code is August Sale. See if you can pick up your favorite shirt, even if it's just a sticker. Any little bit helps. So have fun. If you have any ideas for more merchandise, let me know, and I'll see what I can whip up. But until then, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Have fun and be safe.
Yeah, good night, everybody.